Hello, dear students. Welcome to NucleusEd's 5-minute series. So today's topic is cell, the unit of life. This is chapter number 8 from grade 11th NCERT. So let's dive into it. So the topic's name is cell, the unit of life. Let's study about cell. So we have been learning about cell since our very young ages. From grade 5th, grade 6th, this definition has been encountered by each and every student watching this video. So what is cell? We consider 3 points here, right? So the first point here is cell is the basic unit of life, right? Cell is the basic unit of life. Why is it said so? Cell is the basic unit of life. Why is it said so? So the reason is there are certain inanimate things in the nature, right? There are living organisms as well as non-living things in the nature. So living and non-living things, if we consider them and if we want to differentiate them, there is a very important point coming over there. That is, there should be a cell inside an organism to be considered as a living organism. So cell is considered as defining characteristic. What is it? Defining characteristic of a living organism. So if there is a living organism, be it a smallest bacteria or be it a huge elephant, there should be presence of cell to be considered as living. So basic unit of life, it is considered because it is present in each and every living organism. Second point, we consider it as the cell is a structural unit of life. Why is it said so? Structural unit of life. Why is it said so? Structural unit, right? Why? So this is a brick, okay? This brick, many such bricks will bring together to form a huge building, right? To build a huge building, we use such bricks, right? So same way, if you consider the cell, cells are coming together to form a huge living organism. Let's see how. So let's consider this is one cell, okay? This cell, many such cells come together to form a tissue. Many such tissues come together to form an organ. Many such organ comes together to form organ system. And many such organ systems come together to form organism. Now see, cells come together to form a tissue. Tissues come together to form organ like heart, then liver. We have so many organs. Our hands, legs, our skin is also an organ, right? Then many such organs come together to form organ system. For example, digestive system, reproductive system, circulatory system, various other system, nervous system we are having, right? Excretory system. These all systems come together to form organism. So ultimately, the cell is the only structural unit. Cell is the only structural basic that is going to help to form an organism, just like how a brick was helping to form a huge building. Then comes the next point, that is cell is the functional unit of life. Why cell is a functional unit of life? Why is it considered as a functional unit of life? So for this, we need to understand one more point, okay? So there are certain organisms and these organisms are classified as unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms based upon the number of cells they are having. Based upon the number of cells they are having. The name itself suggests that what does that exactly mean? Unicellular organism. Uni means single and cellular means cell. So any organism which is having only one cell is considered as unicellular organism. While multicellular, more than one. Multi means more than one. Many. Multi means more than one, or you can consider many. Okay. And cellular means cell. Many cells. So some organisms are formed from many cells, like how we studied in case of structural unit. We studied it in case of a multicellular organism. What happens? Cells combine together to form an organism, right? But in unicellular organisms, you can see, let's consider one example of unicellular organism, that is a bacteria. This bacteria is performing all the essential functions that are necessary for survival of that cell. So that's why each and every cell is capable of performing that essential function, and that's why cell is also considered as a functional unit of life. In case of multicellular organism, what happens? Each cell is performing some or the other function. So there is one more point observed, that is considered as division of labor. Division of labor is observed where? It is observed in multicellular organism. So there are so many different functions performed in a multicellular organism, but all functions are not performed by a single cell. These all functions are performed by different cells, but all the cells are capable of performing particular function. So in case of unicellular organism, if you consider, they are capable of performing all the functions, performing essential functions, And since they are performing essential functions, they are also capable of existing independently. Okay, this was about the unicellular and multicellular organisms. Now we are going to understand how it is mentioned in NCERT. So first para includes, when you look around, you see both living and non-living things. Yes, we have discussed about living and non-living things, right? Living things are those which contain the cells, and non-living things are those which are not having any cell. You must have wondered and asked yourself, what is it that makes an organism living, or what is it that an inanimate thing? Inanimate thing means the non-living things does not have which a living thing has. So the answer to this is the presence of basic unit of life, the cell, right? We studied about the basic unit, why it is called as basic unit. We have studied all organisms are composed of cells. Yes, so all the living organisms are composed of cells, but those which are considered as inanimate are not having any cell. For example, virus. So you can write it here in your NCERT that viruses are acellular. That means they don't have cells, so they are also considered as non-cellular, and these are not considered as living. So all organisms are composed of cells is a main defining characteristic, right? Some are composed of single cell and are called as unicellular organism. We have studied it, while others like us, human beings, are composed of many cells called as multicellular organism.